South Korea's capital, Seoul, is getting more and more attention as a global tourist city. Foreign tourist visits to Seoul hit an all-time high in July. The city remains the favorite global city among Gen Z and millennial travelers. And as we mentioned on our program before, it's also a popular place to travel solo. Now today, we want to take a closer look at Seoul's appeal as a tourism destination. Joining us in the studio is Liz Lee, or Lee Youngmi, Director of MICE Team 2 at Seoul Tourism Organization. Welcome, Youngmi.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Welcome, Director.
All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about this recent record that was broken in terms of tourism to Seoul. Please give us the details.
Yeah, Seoul is welcoming more international visitors than ever this year. In July alone, we had 1.36 million visitors from all over the world, and this was our busiest month on record, and that's 23% more than last year, and even 18% higher than the pre-pandemic, that is in 2019. And it turns out that from January to July this year, we had more than 8.2 million people from the world, and at this pace, we are expecting to have more than 14.5 million international visitors this year, breaking our previous record set in 2019. And one of the most noteworthy points here is that the nationalities of tourists have become more diverse. So, for example, the proportion of Chinese and Japanese tourists have decreased, whereas the proportion for Taiwan and the US has increased. And especially the tourists from the UK, France, and the Netherlands have increased, surged by 20%, 58%, and 6%, respectively. So
that's quite a huge increase, especially
huge
from Europeans.
Yeah, sure.
That's such an amazing statistic, because I remember before pre-pandemic as well that Seoul, well, Korea in general, was seeing a very, big increase in tourists, and then the pandemic happened, and then, we're still maintaining higher and higher numbers. Along with that as well, Director, there has also been welcoming news regarding millennials and Gen Z or Gen Z, who choose Seoul as their favorite city to visit for the 4th year in a row. Can you tell us why that is?
Yes. As you mentioned, Seoul has been named a favorite worldwide city by tragic travel readers, who most of them are millennial and Gen Z, and for 4 years in a row. And this year, Seoul has also been recognized by both TripAdvisor and Global Traveler Leisure Lifestyle Awards as one of Asia's top tourist destinations. And we've seen a steady rise in visits from global millennial and Gen Z. And as you know, Seoul is the hub of Korean pop culture, and it's also where you can dive into fashion, beauty, food, and lifestyle, all in one place. So a survey in 2024 found that 38% of visitors first became interested in Korea through K-content, whether it's K-drama, K-pop, or K-films. And as you know, the recent growth of OTT platforms like Netflix has been a crucial role in spreading Korean culture and lifestyle around the world. And younger generations are looking for more than sightseeing these days. They want hands-on and immersive experiences. So here in Seoul, you can get all that, whether it's exploring historic landmarks such as Gwanghwamun or Gyeongbok Palace, or just relaxing along the Han River, or checking out trend-setting neighborhoods such as Seongsu, Myeongdong, or Hongdae. So, and another reason I personally think why they love Seoul is about business opportunities that Seoul offers to global MG travelers. Seoul recently has recognized as best MICE city, for 10 consecutive years. And according to the Union of International Associations, Seoul ranked first in Asia and third in worldwide for hosting international conferences, holding in 2024, holding 180 such events. So simply put, Seoul offers global visitors, especially younger generations, some unforgettable leisure, cultural, and lifestyle experiences alongside the world-class business opportunities.
And Youngmi, you just mentioned that the interest in Korea and also in travel to Korea is also linked to OTT platforms. And let's talk about this Netflix hit, K-pop Demon Hunters. I heard that this is actually impacting the tourism industry in Seoul as well. Tell us more.
Yes, surely K-pop Demon Hunters has a big impact on tourism here in Seoul. Since it's released on Netflix on June 20th, as I remember, if I correctly remember, we've seen a wave of millennial and Gen Z travelers coming to Seoul just to check out the actual filming locations. So spots like Myeongdong, Namsan Tower, the Han River, Tuksum Hangang Park, and Namsan Park, they all have become even more popular than ever. And on social media, mentions of these sites have doubled after the release, and we are seeing that that translates into real travel demand. For instance, flight bookings to Korea from North America, Europe, and Australia surged this summer. So, according to Trip.com, Spain was up like 146%, and Germany 122%, and Italy 107% compared to the same time last year. So it's pretty amazing that we are seeing a strong growth from local market.
And you did mention briefly some of the locations, but tell us a little bit more about the spots that were featured in the movie. What are the backdrops that people are traveling to?
Almost all of the locations they are traveling to, and almost all the locations featured in the movie are gaining popularity these days. And what's really exciting that fans are now coming to see the actual place featured in the animation. So spots like Myeongdong, and Tuksum, Hangang Park, Bukchon Hanok Village, Naksan Park, they are all seeing big jumps in international visitors. And fans are gathering at the giant LED screen around the COEX, where the first Huntrix music video was released, just to take photos. And even cultural attractions feeling the impact. For example, the National Museum of Korea, where you can find souvenirs inspired by the McP and tigers in the show. The museum welcomed more than 690,000 visitors in July alone, more than double compared to the same month of last year. And the museum so far had 4.32 million visitors, and they are expecting to have more than 5 million visitors this year, which would lead them to number 5 in the museum in terms of the number of visitors, following Louvre, Vatican, and British museums, and Metropolitan Museum of Art. And then the Museum of National Museum of Korea. And it's amazing. It's really amazing.
That really is amazing. And what's quite interesting is that K-dramas and K-movies have always brought travelers to locations, but in this situation, K-pop Demon Hunters is an animation, and it's not like it's not a real physical place. It's kind of animated, so it's quite interesting, and it's great that they represented the real historic places in Korea to where people want to go there, even though it's an animated series. But it's amazing that that's had such an impact. But talking about places, what are some other places that, let's say, the Gen Z or millennials, other popular places within Seoul that they like to visit these days?
Well, when you look at what global MG travelers really enjoy in Seoul these days, there are 5 big experiences that stand out. And first, they love exploring trendy neighborhoods like Seongsu, Ikseondong, and Seocheon. These areas packed with stylish cafes, photo booths, and pop-up stores, perfect places for Instagram. And second, of course, is K-pop. Younger visitors want to take dance classes and shop for merchandise and visit some, the entertainment agencies like HYBE and SM. And even go to concerts or fan meetups. And third, they are interested in wellness and lifestyle, local lifestyle as well. So things like relaxing in a Korean spa, we call it 찜질방, and eating instant noodles by the Han River, or just strolling through the parks, really make them feel like locals. And fourth, there is K-beauty and fashion. So stores like Oliv영, Daiso, 무신사, we call it 올다무 to make it short. And even vintage markets are now must-visit spots on their travel list. And finally, food culture is really huge. So as you know, from street food in Myeongdong to Gwangjang Market to Korean traditional cuisine to trendy bakeries, trying authentic and very Instagrammable Korean dishes is always a highlight.
I bet there are many more recommendations you could give us. But Youngmi, before we let you go, could you tell us any special events or festivals that are taking place in the remainder of the year that people can check out when they travel to Seoul?
Actually, there are many events and festivals coming up in the remainder of this year. And one of them will be the Seoul International Fireworks Festival, starting on September 27th, which will light up the skies over Yeouido Hangang Park, attracting millions of people with breathtaking displays. And then early October, the Seoul Lights Hangang Bison Festival will turn the river into a state of art and technology. And drone light shows at Tuksum Hangang Park will keep the excitement going, especially after the buzz from the K-pop Demon Hunters collaboration. And we also have Seoul Lantern Festival, and which will brighten up Cheonggyecheon and Gwanghwamun Square. And later this year, Gwanghwamun Christmas Market will bring cheer with food, music, and some seasonal shopping. And at the same time, Seoul is the global capital of K-pop. So one of the biggest highlights will be Melon Music Awards 2025 on December 20th at Gocheok Skydome, bringing together world-class artists and international fans.
Wow, I guess many of the young MZ generations will have to make a choice whether they will come in autumn or in winter, because so much is left to do in Seoul. And we hope that this will also lead to many more revisits by the generations as well.
Revisit is really important for us.
Well, thank you very much, Youngmi, for sharing your insights with us today. And yes, I hope that we're going to have an even bigger number of visitors to Seoul in the future.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And thank you, Walter. As always, we're going to see you back here tomorrow.
See you soon.